So right now, I'm on my way to the Social Security office. As you guys can see, I have this form called ethnicity and race. This is the form that I have. This form, both of the forms that you need to do this is a SF-181 and a SS-5. Again, you need a SF-181 and a SS-5. Those are the two forms that you need to update your ethnicity and race and status to American Indian. So I just got off the phone with the Social Security office. So you have to take it in. Once you fill it out, you take it into the Social Security office and update your status to American Indian. So that way, whatever you're filling out online, or if you fill out any paperwork and you're filling out your ethnicity and your race, you want to make sure you're putting putting American Indian on that, because your status will already be updated to American Indian. Like I said before, it's all a process, and we got to go through this process. So get you an SF-181 and an SS-5 form to update your status. You, the American Negroes, you American Negroes, you American Indians, you Southeast Indians. Many people, one thing I learned throughout this study and research is that many people that come from the southern states, they ended up moving to places like Maryland and New York. A lot of black Indians come from Virginia. I've noticed that throughout my own research. So, like I said, this is the type of form that you're going to need. I'm driving right now, actually on my way to the Social Security office, so I can give them this paperwork, ethnicity and race form. And you also need a Social Security form. So again, you need the SF-181 and the SS-5 form, and you fill them out and take them in. It's all free. Just update your status. I got this from one guy. I forgot his name. I wish I could shout him out right now, but I just did this in the midst of doing everything. I wish I put the dude's name in the video once I get through doing it. But he's the one. I mean, I already knew about the form, but I didn't know exactly where to download it at and where to take it to. But I actually just got off the phone with the Social Security office just now, and they told me that I need to bring it in there, and it's free. So you just download the forms offline. Just go online, type in SF-181 and SS-5 form, download them, print them off, fill it out, take it to your Social Security office, and update your status to American Indian instead of African American, so they can stop calling you that misnomer African American and black. If you look on here and look at the races, that don't make no sense. How you gonna have, it says black or African American? How you gonna have black or African American? I thought they was both the same. You see what I mean? It's just it's a play on words, man. It's a play on words. And then when you read it, it says black is a person of having any African origin, any of the African origin of the groups of Africa. See, it's just a play on words. How you going to use black or African American? I thought they was both the same people. And then when you go to the Social Security form, it says, I mean, when you go to the census, when the 2020 census comes out, they're going to have 3 different classifications: black, African American, and Negro. How you going to be African American, black, or Negro? How is you going to be 3 different things? You see, it's a bunch of bullshit, man. It's a bunch of crap. They want to keep you tied to their American organization. You know, you on our land trying to set up a government, and you want us to abide by your rules on our land. No more. All of that's getting ready to change. And I'm telling you, it's going to change even further. Let me tell y'all something. Everything that you see going on right now, the American Aborigines, we're going to take our land back. And guess what? We don't have to take it by force. We don't have to. We don't have to run up in there and shoot nobody. We don't have to pistol whip nobody. We don't have to do any of that. We need to learn how to heal our bodies with the natural herbs, so you don't have to go to the doctor, so they can lose their jobs, so the pharmaceutical companies can lose their jobs, so we don't need no pharmaceutical companies. And then we need to start learning how to do agricultural techniques again, like our ancestors did, how they got down on their hands and knees and planted their own apples. We need to learn how to do all of that. Then we need to learn how to hunt. We need to learn how to do everything, and eventually it's going to come to the point where we're going to learn how to live without paying rent. That's how you take the land back. See, we do it that way. See, we don't have to do it by force. We're going to do it by techniques, and we're going to use strategic techniques. They're going to take this land back. That's how you do it. They want to file paperwork. Well, we going to file paperwork with your ass. You want to do it. You want to do this you want to be pencil whippers. Well, we going to pencil whip ourselves out of it. That's how you do it. You learn the paperwork. So I'm all for learning something. You got something when it comes to the paperwork, do the paperwork end of what you need to do to get yourself out of that African American ethnicity, because that's not your race. How you going to be African and American? It's either you one or both. Either you one or the other. Africa come from an Italian or Roman general named Leo Scipius Africanus. And America comes from an Italian map maker named Amerigo Vespucci. Is any of your ancestors a white man? Hell no. So why are you calling yourself African American? Why are you even calling yourself African? That's a white man's name. Africa had so many names before it was called Africa. Africa was called Corp Height. It was called Olympia. It was called Kemet. Africa had many different names before it became Africa. You need to go look this stuff up. You know what's wrong with our people? You know what's so irritating, and why I be so irritated with our people? Because instead of us just searching and going to do our genealogy and finding out who we really are, and you're going to run into a brick wall when you think you African, instead of doing that, we'd rather just believe lies. Just tell me I'm African and I believe that, and that's the end of it. Tell me I'm this, tell me I'm that. See, we want people to tell us instead of you getting up, going to your state of your ancestors, because a lot of y'all look online on Ancestry.com, y'all look on FamilySearch.org, y'all go to Fold3, y'all go to MyHeritage, y'all go to all these different sites, and you look for your ancestors, and when you can't find them, you give up. You say, oh, the hell with it. I can't find my grandmother. I can only go past my great-great-grandmother. I can't find nobody else, so the hell with it. No. You get up and you go to the state where your latest ancestry is, and you go look at the archives. You live in your ancestors from Alabama. You go to Montgomery, Alabama, History and Archives, and you go look at the archives and find out further who your ancestors was. Find out where they came from. I'm taking a trip. In 2 weeks, I'm going to Alabama, and I already got paperwork on my family. But I already got paperwork to prove I'm Cherokee by blood. I just got my letter in the mail. So the thing about it is this. Even though I got that letter, I'm not stopping there. I want to know exactly what tribe I came from, because it is not Cherokee. Cherokee is an umbrella term for many other tribes that came out of Cherokee. You had Lenapes, you had a whole bunch of tribes, Iroquois, you had a whole bunch of tribes that came out of those Cherokee tribes. I want to know exactly the tribe so I can get rid of that Cherokee American organizational term. I'm serious about this, man, for real. Like, this where we got to get serious and stop playing, man. We got to get up and go out and go. Stop being lazy. Get up, spend the money. You spend money on weave. You spend money on weed. You spend money on alcohol and bags and shoes. Why not spend $150? Take a trip to the state wherever your ancestors from. Go to the archives and go figure out where your ancestors came from. And I guarantee you, 98% of y'all gonna see they didn't come from Africa. And you know what? A lot of these Pan-Africanists, they don't want to do that because they know they wrong. They know they people didn't come from Africa. You can't prove one damn slave ship and you talking about I came from Africa. Man, sit your ass down somewhere, man. Your people came from South Carolina, Mississippi, Texas, Alabama, Arkansas, North Carolina, all these different places. That's where you came from. Georgia, all of that. That's where you came from, and that's where your ancestors came from. They're American Aborigines, and you don't want to find that out. That's why they push that Pan-African and all this other bull crap, because they don't want to go research. So make sure y'all, and like I said, and I want y'all to know, I love my people to death, man. I love every last one of y'all to death. Like, I will fight for my people, like physically punch somebody if I have to. That's how much I love my people, man. And it's irritating for me, so I'm not beating y'all up. I'm just irritated. Because once you find out the truth about everything, it you angry. It makes you angry, man. That's what happens. It makes you angry, and that's what has happened to me within the last year. So when you find out the truth and you really see it for your own eyes, you like, man, ain't this about a bit? I've been lied to all my life, and you find out the truth, it makes you angry. So I'm just passionate. Don't take my aggression and my loudness and my hostility for being towards y'all. It's just, I'm angry, and I want us to wake up and come up out of this comatose state, because we've been brainwashed with all this BS. So get up, go get the paperwork, go get the SF-181 form, go get the SS-5 form, update your status to American Indian. So when you start filling out anything, like if you go for a credit card, whatever you fill out, you put American Indian. You don't put African, you put American Indian. When you have to go to court, whatever it is, you tell, hey, that's not my nationality. My nationality American Indian. You keep changing it. You leave a paper trail, because you got to realize we gonna be somebody's ancestors one day, and your kids if we go to a state where they don't where they come behind us and have to go to sites like Ancestry or Families or whatever it is, you have left a paper trail of evidence, so they can say, oh, my granddaddy was American Indian. He was this. He was from this tribe. That's what you want. And you need to be telling your kid, you're not African, you're American Indian, you this tribe. If you Cherokee, find out exactly what tribe you came out of that Cherokee tribe. That's why so many people claim Cherokee, because Cherokee was probably one of the biggest nations, one of the biggest tribes. If not the biggest, well, I don't know if it's the biggest, because I think, shout out to that sister Tasha G, I think that's how you say her name. She said that that Cherokee wasn't the biggest tribe, that it was another one. I can't remember the name she said, but I'm sure she's right, because she know more than I do. So the thing about it is, I'm still a baby learning this stuff, man, but I'm going hard. I'm not playing games. I'm digging the research. I'm reading the books. I'm seeing what's going on. I'm like, okay, these people bamboozled us. We see that clearly. So now we got to reverse all of that with the paperwork. So now I'm on my way to the Social Security office as we speak. I'm going to go down there now and do mines. And my mom, I got a form from my mom. I'm going to give her hers, and my brother for his, and my cousin his, so they can go do theirs. We're not playing, man. So let's get the paperwork. Let's start getting down. Let's start building and switching information. That's why I like to share people's stuff on my fan page. Anytime I see somebody posting something that's informational, that's informative, and it's going to help other people wake up, I like to share it on my page so other people can see that I'm not the only one bringing this information out. This is all of us. Everybody's studying and waking up. So it's time for everybody to wake up, because I want the best for you. You understand? I want the best from people. All of that other stuff, and I know people get mad and upset when I talk about the religion stuff. Listen, let me tell y'all something. First of all, I'm always going to believe in God. Always. That's never going to change. I'm always going to believe in God. But when you talk about religion and all this other stuff, that's something else. And I don't want to offend nobody. I'm not trying to make nobody sound no type of way and nothing like that. All I'm saying is that stuff is not going to help us right now. Knowing you Hebrew and all that, and that ain't going to help us right now. That ain't going to help you. Folks out here need dental work. See, once you reclaim your Aboriginal status, you can get that stuff for free. It's things you can get when you see. I don't want to go through the details here, but it's reclaiming your Aboriginal status is more than a Hebrew or a Moor or Israelite, whatever it is. We can do all that later. Let's get this stuff now. Let's get this stuff first, and then we can talk about Hebrew and Moor and all that. We can do that later. Let's do this now. Let's get this down first. Do the research. Find your ancestors. Find out what tribe they came from. Let's get what's owed to us. And then we can do all that extra stuff afterwards. Let's get this stuff down now. So I'm up here. I'm finna pull up to this office right now. And like I said, An SF-181 and an SS-5 form. Fill it out. It's free. Take it to your Social Security office and update your status. All right? Peace and blessings unto everybody.